So this is from the Bleacher Report. 2023 NFL roster bubble. Biggest names who could be cut. They go with Anthony Schwartz. Schwartz fumble Hall of Fame game certainly didn't help his cause. Releasing him would save $1.3 million in cap space, make room for a promising developmental player like Austin Watkins. Yeah, when I saw the fumble, I was like, oh no, you can't do that. Now, he has come back and we've seen him make some nice catches during the week in Berea. But at some point, you know, I know he's a third-round pick. If you're going to draft him that high, you got to give him time. But it's ticking. The clock is ticking on him.
When I bring up Anthony Schwartz, I just keep thinking of, like, when is it time to cut your losses? Because, yes, you got draft capital invested in him. And I get why you did it, man. The kid's got blazing speed. You took a shot. I just think it's obvious at this point he's not who you need him to be. You know, like, that speed doesn't do you any good because defenses don't have to acknowledge it. He's not good at tracking a football in the air. He can't hold on to it. He's not physical enough. You know, it's just all the signs are there. And if they wind up keeping Schwartz, it'll make me question their process.
What do you think about Watkins? I think that's a guy, when they brought him in, I thought, maybe he can find his way onto the practice squad. The more I see of him, he could find a way to kind of sneak in there.
Yeah, the door's open. You know, this is something 2-3 weeks ago wasn't on our radar. You know, they signed him and he comes in and he's ready to play. He's been playing football all spring. He comes in football shape. He's making plays. He has the look to him, like, very promising. It's, you know, especially with Dalen Baldwin going down with an injury, that kind of opens the door. What we don't know is what are their plans for Marquise Goodwin. Do they think he's going to be able to return, or are they kind of writing that off? Because if they're writing it off, I think there's 5 locks at receiver. You add Jakeem Grant as a return man if he's fully healthy. You might have space for one more. That space might end up in Watkins' hands.
Yeah, and that's a good point relative to Grant. If Grant comes all the way back, he gives you some speed. You know, it's not as, you know, straight line like Goodwin, but he does fill the need for a deep, you know, a guy that can stretch the defense.
Yeah, stretch the defense, give you a gadget guy, and he's elite in the return game, which is something this team has desperately needed.